Tonight, from Lumen Field in Seattle, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Jalen Hurts and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Josh Allen and the New Orleans Saints.
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their Pro Bowl quarterback in his 4th season from Wyoming, Josh Allen.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. Now Allen. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you'll get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
On play action, Allen. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Kyle Van Noy. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Second and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 2nd and 9, Allen, he finds his man, complete. That's Gibbs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Gibbs. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. On 1st down, Allen. His throw caught at about the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this 1st quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Allen gonna throw toward the end zone, but that's gonna wind up incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And again, it's Allen. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. No problem there on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading him out in his 2nd season from Oklahoma by way of Alabama, it's Jalen Hurts.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Draymond Jones just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now Saquon Barkley. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now they'll throw with Allen. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. They'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. Allen off the play fake. Being chased out left, and he can't find the receiver, and he's brought down. Kyle Van Noy able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Hurts. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
This is taken at the 23. It'll go as a 42, making a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run on 1st down. Gibbs, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Allen. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A handoff to Barkley. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. To the air, Allen. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They go play action with Hurts. Rolling to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Middle of the field to Jefferson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Here comes the Saints punter now. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. This is taken around the 12.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give, and he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a 1st down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And that is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Hurts throw into the hands of McLaurin. 3 yards the gain there, second down. From the gun, it's Hurts. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Draymond Jones, his 2nd sack of the night. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Gay knocks this one through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Back now comes the offense. Madden spotlight time as we shine it on Josh Allen. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. His favorite target, Travis Kelsey, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this one is incomplete. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 18. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 2nd down, here's Barkley again. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Dante Fowler in on the stop.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. He finds his man complete. That's Gibbs. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. On 1st down, it's Carter. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
His throw incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
On 1st down, Hurts. Got his man. It's Williams. 7 yards, the pickup there. To throw again on second down. Hurts. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chandler Jones in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. He'll look to throw. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen throwing the out route incomplete. That's Schoonmaker. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carter, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll run this with Homer. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Got a man, Slayton. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Carter.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Allen now looks to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He'll buy some time right.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the 1st down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And that's caught by the tight end, Branson.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Still 2nd down.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now the Saints get set to trot out there.
They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
They'll start on the ground. Carter. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. Taking it about the 16. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And he fires one incomplete. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Man open is Robinson.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And this will be swung out here for counter.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 14.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's the big man Dillon with it.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Gay's kick is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Now Allen. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this is incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing now is Allen. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schoonmaker. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's Carter on the read option. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Allen to throw it. He's got Slayton on the slant.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Got a man here, it's Wilson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to the ground with Carter. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Going on the ground with Homer. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. This is Homer. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Travis Homer, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. And out now come the Seahawks. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Hurts. Now swing pass for Dillon. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. On 1st down, Carter. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Another tote for Carter. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Allen going to throw. A throw to the flat for Carter. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Over the middle, complete. That's counter. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. From the 30 on second down, Hurts. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. He'll check this down, complete to Dillon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll dump this down to Dillon. That's complete. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. He dumps this off to Dillon underneath. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll make it 3rd down. Man open, here is Jones. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure